What Doblar cooking?
Hey, Doblar's cooking up on the studio today, but he's not here yet.
Oh.
One of these future episodes, I think he might make an appearance, so make sure you tune in then, but also just tune in now, because it is episode 120 of the Until Next Week podcast. Dane, do you think I've done my taxes?
I think you told me that you wanted to wait till 2 to do your taxes, and then you stayed home and went to sleep instead.
I did not go to sleep, but I've not done my taxes, and they're due in 3 days. Will I be in prison next week? Tune in then to find out.
I think you would do well in prison. Because you're a natural.
In what way?
You're always committing crimes.
Okay. That's good.
You always are eating prison food like from Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. And I have steady hands. And I don't drop the soap.
You want a man with the slow hand. That doesn't go with this beat.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. But this is episode 120. Tune in. Thank you for listening. And here we go.
If you don't listen, Samuel will burn your house down. Welcome back.
I can't burn their house down if I'm in debtor's prison. Allegedly.
We need a button that does that.
Allegedly.
Just a compilation of us saying allegedly.
Yeah. I'll get my taxes done, I think. It's just so difficult because I make so much money.
Big retweet.
So much money.
Money isn't real.
You had the same issue. Birds aren't real.
Oh my goodness. I made surprisingly less than what I thought I made. I thought it would be in the high 5 figures, but it was in the very low 5 figures.
High 5 figures is wild.
Girl,
to define.
Girl, I make over 5 figures a year.
Yeah. 2 of those are the cent area.
Yeah, the decimals.
The other 3 are the dollars. So
yeah,
shout out.
$723.16
is not enough money to get you to the Masters, and we'll dig into that a little bit later as well. But this week, I just got back from going to another Ben Rector concert.
You have a problem.
I really do, and I got wrecked again by him because he has such a beautiful voice, beautiful music, beautiful vibes. Everything's just beautiful. But he did not sing the song Beautiful, so I'm ticked.
I heard that one before.
It's pretty good, but he doesn't sing it for some reason on his tours.
Or maybe he's bored.
Maybe
said, I'm doing it different this time. Dang it, it's my tour.
Yeah. But overall, good show.
Who went with you?
Rebecca, shout out.
I know her.
Yeah. But we went to Ben Rector, I believe, about 2 years ago. We saw him in Tulsa, and that time is when I randomly met him because he was sitting in the stands. We talked about that briefly on the podcast. Yeah. This time, he wasn't in the stands.
Go back to episode 93 if you want to hear about it. I have no idea if that's the right one.
It would be way before 93.
Go back to episode 63.
It's probably
could be.
It was probably in the first year.
Go back to episode 12.
It could be probably in that 30 to 40 range. Who knows?
Go back to episode 23.
Or maybe it's in the 70s.
Listen to all of them and let us know what it is. Jack probably knows what it is.
It was a good one. That's all we got to say. But it's the same venue. His hometown's Tulsa, so he always likes to bring that up during the show where he's like, hey, you only have like one hometown show, except he has one tonight as well, and they're both sold out. But then he's like, all these songs that I wrote were about people like in the city. And everybody's like, oh, that's so
Tulsa
sweet.
Is trash. I've been 3-4 times, and it's the worst city I've ever been to.
Well, he said he's so proud to be from there.
No, I've been, and it sucks.
It's okay. It's okay.
No,
I think it's better than like OKC, I think.
The place I hate the most is there. That's why. My old work's headquarters.
And
so I would go.
So you had to go down to Tulsa for that at times, right?
Well, I would go, hate my life for 3 days, and then drive back through the tolls.
Try going to a Ben Rector concert there, or Need to Breathe.
That would be a lot better, I assume.
I think Forrest Frank, he'll be there in like a month.
I was in Tulsa on my birthday one year.
So was that for work though?
Yeah,
that stinks.
I had recently gotten promoted, and so they said you need to come down on a
Ferdinand.
No, you need to come down on a Sunday night, which I was like sick, just gonna give up my Sunday.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Tuesday was my birthday, and so I drove down, started working, and nobody there knew it was my birthday.
You could have told them.
No, screw them.
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone to Texas Roadhouse and see if they had a working saddle. And it would have been a surprise to everybody.
I got some orange rice from a Chinese food place, a Chinese restaurant.
Was it bad?
It was really bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be white rice.
What did I have for lunch that day, you ask? Yes, I'm glad you asked. Some frozen mini tacos.
Is that where the orange rice was from?
No. The frozen mini tacos were slaps, though.
Oh, man. Okay.
Bring them back.
Well, you should try Tulsa again with better memories involved.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Did you pay tolls on the way there?
So they're really cool nowadays. They don't pay workers to take your money. They're just like, we'll mail you a bill. Because they just have the cool cameras, and they're
you just drive through and just pay it later?
Yeah, you just drive through. Yeah, that's all it is nowadays.
I did that too in the company car, though. So they sent it to them.
Ooh, that's the way to do it.
I was like, forget this, see ya. And I had no idea what a toll was.
Have you ever like driven through a toll and completely missed like driving through where you stop to pay and you drive down the main road and you're like,
yes. I was like,
did anything ever happen to you?
No. I mean, they mailed the bill to the company I worked for.
Okay. There was a couple times where I've either been with like family or I think even Rebecca at times, and they accidentally miss the turnoff and then they start freaking out. I'm like, it'll be okay. You might go to jail, but it will be okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. The worst comes to worst, they send you a bill in the mail.
Yeah.
Which is probably the wrong address.
So as long as you're not living at that address, you will be fine.
What are they going to do? What is the
Actually,
state
you already were fined.
True.
Yeah, true.
What are they going to do? Is the state of Oklahoma going to show up at your house and say you owe us $5.23?
They may.
They might. They will.
They honestly
Oklahoma
might.
sucks. You're on this again.
So anyway, it was a very good show overall. He said, like whenever you go to like a concert,
yes,
they often say like this has been the best night of the tour, or I've never done this before this night, or whatever else.
You're lying.
But I think he was telling the truth on this part. It was like, this is my first time performing this new song of mine. It's called like Part of Life. He released it like a couple months ago. But he said the reason he was performing it for the first time there was because his sons were there, his daughter and his wife and like parents and stuff.
And his baby mama.
And yeah, true. And his sons are like twins and they're probably 4 years old.
Oh.
So because he added all those elements, I bet you it was the first time he performed it.
More plausible. Sure.
But whenever he mentioned that his like kids and wife and everybody were there, I'm like, I bet you I can spot him. So I started kind of scanning the whole arena. And I was just looking and looking and looking. And all of a sudden, because I'm like, they probably won't be in an obvious spot. Because like this arena, they have like the main floor where everything's the same level. Yeah. And then they have like kind of like the upper dome. It fits like 4,000 people.
Upper decker.
Yeah.
Like the toilet.
I started looking and I'm like, I see some little people down in the front row of the second floor, kind of in the middle area.
I'm getting a FaceTime. You want me to answer it?
Who's it from?
Grayson.
Is this good content or no?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Okay. Here we go.
Hello? What do you mean?
What are you doing?
Recording the podcast.
Oh, am I on it right now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, talk to you later.
She got scared.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, could have been good content.
That's my roommate's fiance.
Okay, well, I've thought more would come out of that, but
I thought she would start like just roasting me, but she got nervous.
Yeah, it happens to all of us, except Jack or Michael or a few other people. Lindsey.
Yeah,
Daniel.
I thought it was going to be Lindsey calling me, but it was Grayson. She calls me all the time because Colton doesn't answer his phone, and then she wants to know what he's doing or like if she can come over, and I always answer my phone because I'm not a million years old like her fiance.
They better get married soon because otherwise she might leave him.
April 27th.
Okay.
So very soon.
That is pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay, she'll probably be okay. She'll make it.
Oh, speaking of that, I need to record early that week too. The bachelor party is the weekend of.
I thought when you said that, I thought you were going to watch like The Bachelor.
That too. And no, so that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm busy. And Wednesday.
So when do we record?
That's a great question.
Okay, we'll get to that.
I'm realizing this mid.
Thanks for figuring that out now. Anyway, so back to Ben Rector. Saw some little people in like the front row on the second floor. I'm like, I recognize those kids, which is kind of weird in a way. But he's posted like a couple pictures of his wife before. So I'm like, I recognize her. And then the kids, it kind of checked out. I saw 2 twin boys. I'm like, he has twin boys. That's for sure all of them.
I recognize
her. It was kind of cool to kind of watch them during the show as well. Because every once in a while he would try to like interact with the audience. And he's like, I'm going to start looking around the audience to see like if I recognize people or maybe talk to people. And this whole time, his daughter's just waving her hands like crazy, trying to get his attention. But smart on his part, he didn't acknowledge her. Be like,
then everybody would know.
There's my daughter right there, and my wife, and my kids, and my parents.
Everybody tackle them.
So there were a few people, I think, who figured it out, including myself, but a majority of people did not know, but I think that's why he avoided his daughter. I believe he is a good dad, but he didn't want to call out his daughter, even though she wanted him to recognize her.
Well, yeah, because like the kid doesn't realize this, but like, yeah, if he acknowledges you, then everybody's gonna like swarm you and ask questions, and try to rob you, and then things like that. And then, but if you don't acknowledge her, everybody just thinks this is just some random kid who's waving.
Yeah, but it was pretty cute to kind of watch because she was just so excited to see her dad performing. And then one of his sons looked like he was excited to be there, and the other one was just not feeling it.
Cute
he was
or
like
disobedient?
I think one was cute. One was disobedient because he was sleeping, I believe, on his grandma.
That's crazy.
So that was kind of wild. But as you all know, like if you do recognize people, you start thinking like, hey, should I try to interact with these individuals? And I was pretty cool for the most part. Like the show was done, everybody was walking out, and I'm like, I spot his parents because they're with like his sons or whatever else. And they're walking by. I'm just casually like, hey, your son did a great job tonight. He's like, he did do a good job. Like he really did. And like the mom was so excited. And then the dad like went up and like shook my hand, like put his hand out there. And I was like, yep, my name's Samuel.
Let's keep him talking until Ben gets here.
I know. I was just like, I should have stalled more. I should be like, I've always really wanted to meet him, but he doesn't do meet and greets. But I just want to let you know, you raised a great kid. He's amazing.
So, Jim, what do you do for work?
well, I looked it up later because I was just kind of curious, and I think I knew this a long time ago, and I forgot. But I think his dad's like a big like
bartender,
like a banking executive or something in finance, where like he's I think making mega bank.
He's a finance bro.
I think he's doing pretty well.
Probably.
I almost sent him a LinkedIn request, but it was 2:30 a.m. and I thought probably not the time.
Should have sent it.
Yeah, I might casually send it today and be like, yeah, just wanted to link up because I met you last night and your son did a great job. And
dude,
do you want to be friends?
That's where the scheduled text has really revolutionized the game.
Yeah, I don't think they have a scheduled LinkedIn request.
No.
So.
But I can't tell you how many times I've been laying in bed, like getting ready to go to sleep, and I'm just like, oh, I need to remember to tell this person this. And I was like, I can't text him at like 11:30. That's crazy. And so then I just send a time text now for like 8:02 a.m. That way it doesn't look like that I scheduled it.
I got in trouble in college, especially during like summers, because I was really big into Twitter, like my first, especially like couple years of college.
Tweeter.
And yeah, one of the nights I think I tweeted really late, and like the next morning the coach was like, so saw you're up a little late last night. I'm like, oh.
No, you can't prove it.
That was a timed retweet. I didn't text that at whatever time that was. And
you can't prove that was me.
It definitely made me a little more self-conscious on when I decide to hit that retweet or do anything else online.
And they're always watching.
They always are. It's crazy. So that was something as well. One other thing about like concerts in general, oftentimes when you go to a concert, do people usually sit or stand?
So the first concert I went to was in 2021 and of my life, which is crazy. And then I've been to two other ones since then. I went to Thomas Rhett and then I went to Luke Bryan.
Yep, you did.
And I mean stand, yeah.
Yeah. That's always been the case, like at Ben Rector concerts as well. And I don't know if it was just like the audience or what, but like people were afraid to stand. Like the entire time, people were like sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting. I'm like, I'm not going to be the person who starts this. For one, because I'm really tall.
Cursing.
And for two, there was like a little kid right behind me, and I didn't want to be that guy unless people stood up ahead of me. Then it's okay. If people stand up ahead of you, it's okay for you to stand up.
Samuel, let's be honest. You're always that guy. You're always the 6'6" guy who's standing in front of people.
Yeah, but this time I recognized the little kid behind me a little more, and I'm like, yeah, probably shouldn't do that. But eventually, because like during the concert, like a few people would randomly stand here and there, and they just look kind of. I'm almost done with the story. I'm sorry.
No, that's in case people were
falling asleep at my story.
No, that in case people were trying to get in a groove. We need to shake it up a little bit.
So yeah, you'll see like a few people here and there, but then he does something at concerts where he's like, okay, usually we'll say like, hey, this is my last song, and then people will be like, oh, we need a cheer, so you do an encore. So here's what's going on.
Encore.
Yeah, but he makes it very clear beforehand. It's like, okay, I have one more song, and then I'll go stand over there off stage. You'll still see me probably.
Yes.
And then you'll cheer for like 30 seconds or so, and then we'll come back out. We'll perform 2 songs, and then we're done. That's it. You got it? Making it very clear.
He says that?
Yeah, he does.
That's funny.
Every time he's like, I kind of hate the whole thing, but this is what happens. We have one song, and then we'll go over there, and then you'll cheer, and then we'll do 2 songs, and then we're done. That's it. Then we'll leave. No matter what you do, we're done. Go home.
Go home. Or else you'll just keep going. Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. And that's the thing with like any concert. Like it's not a true encore.
Yeah, this was definitely planned.
It's planned.
We even do it in the youth ministry where we have like a worship night and we go, do you guys want to do one more song? And then they're like, yeah. And then I turn to the band. I'm like, well, you guys think you can do one more song?
Yeah.
And they go, I mean, sure. And then we do a hype song and then we leave.
I want to know when that changed, where like people legitimately were doing encores compared to be like,
expecting
we
encores.
have to do encores, because that has ruined a lot of shows for me, because there's been ones I've gone to where I'm like, are they gonna do an encore? Now I don't really know. Like Imagine Dragons, they don't do one. Taylor Swift doesn't do one.
Well, Taylor doesn't have to.
I know, but I'm like, I wish I would just know. So I appreciate Ben Rector for being very clear and telling him what he's going to do. So
it's funny because me and the band will talk beforehand, and then they're just like, okay, so you get up here, you like think of the night, think the speaker, blah blah blah, and then just be like, okay, do you guys want to do one more song?
Yeah.
And then give them hype and then be like, all right, fine, we'll do one more song. Band, you got one more song? And then we'll be like, sure. And
they're like, now we got to think it through. What song do we want to do? Because now we weren't planning on doing an encore. So, okay, I Can Only Imagine.
Ooh.
That's not very hype.
Not hype at all.
What a Timber. No, not Christian.
We do praise.
Praise. The Lord.
Praise the Lord. Oh, my soul.
Yep. So yeah, they did the last 2, but at that point I was like, this is my time to stand, because you have to cheer. And at that point I'm like, I'm not sitting back down. So I stood for the last 2 songs, which were very solid. One was, I believe he did Sailboat, which is a slower song, which is kind of
that.
It's an oldie. You should look it up.
No.
Okay. And then he did his song that he like always closes on, which is Brand New. Which has like 100 million plays.
It's called Brand New?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called Brand New. It's not brand new. It came out in like 2016.
Ooh, good year.
But overall, very good show. Did not meet him, but did get to say hi to not the in-laws, just the parents.
The interns.
And that was honestly about it. So the Ben Rector show was a success, and I look forward to seeing him again, most likely sometime soon.
You calling me a liar? You calling me a liar?
Why am I calling you a liar?
Because you ain't calling me a truther.
Oh, dang it. I forgot I had one other note on here, and I didn't get the reference. I have a note that just says Drake Bell. Why do you think I have Drake Bell written down in my notes?
Because Drake and Josh was a fantastic program that single-handedly built my life when I was a child.
It was, but that's not why I wrote it on the notes.
Because Drake Bell and Josh Peck made a video thing.
No, that's not it either. And it's not because Drake Bell performed a concert in Springfield back in like 2018, which I still regret not going to, because I probably could have met him.
Is your mic broken? Is all of our mics broken?
Does it sound weird?
Yeah. In my headphones, it does. But
how does it sound weird? Is it just not clear?
It sounds like it's cutting in and out.
Oh, that's not good.
But it also is doing it with my microphone. Is it? Yeah,
it could be the headphones.
All right, I'll ignore it.
I'm sorry. I believe it's recording okay, but who knows? I'll find that out later. But why I put Drake Bell down was I randomly purchased 10 autographed Drake Bell cards for not a huge reason. I'm like, I'll probably sell some, probably keep some, just kind of random, you know, and something to look forward to in the mail. And I got those the other day. Pretty cool. That's all I got to say. Those are my updates.
I like Drake Bell.
Go. What are your updates?
It's funny. That doesn't even sound right in my headphones.
I'm honestly curious what's happening for you. Okay, tell me your updates.
I hope it's just the headphones. But so this week, I just got back from high school hangs. That's way better. Whatever that was right there. Now it works good.
I pushed it in a little bit.
Oh, so it was just the headphones.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You sound great.
Cool. Now it sounds good. So I just did high school hangs with high schoolers. We went and we hiked 3.8 miles, and there's some kids that don't know what's going on. They're like, blah, blah, blah. Math is hard.
TikTok this, TikTok that.
They're like, I'm going to take personal finance. I'm like, oh, you want to know what personal finance is? Personal finance is
getting a job.
Getting a job and then paying all of this money to the government just for them to tax you more at the end of the year. But we're not getting into that. That's for later. And so that's going to be one thing. But then also, what did I do this week? I'm glad you asked. I ran 30 miles this week.
30?
Yeah. Today I
30
ran,
so many.
I know. I rounded off at 4.4 miles today to get me to 30 miles. It was like 30.9 miles. And I ran a lot this week. And so I was feeling it a little bit this morning. I was like, it's probably day off time.
Yeah. this kind of popped in my head, but you're talking about like getting a job and paying taxes.
Yeah, I hate that.
Have you ever heard of the song "The Government Can" by Tim Hawkins?
No.
I'll play the beginning of it, and I think you'll relate to it well. So here we go, kids.
Gather round. I'm here to give you anything you like. You want free college, energy, mortgages, whatever you like. You have come to the right place. Why? I'll tell you why. Who can take your money?
Who can take your money?
With a twinkle in their eye.
A twinkle in their eye.
Take it all away and give it to some other guy. The government can.
The government.
The government can.
And that's all we got to play from that.
That's my new theme song.
It's so good. It's an old song. He dropped it like in not super old, but like 2012.
Man.
And it's a classic. It's so
Man.
good.
I mean, you never realize how like when you're younger and your parents are always grumpy or tired or whatever, and now you get old and you're just like, wait a second. You're telling me I work all day for the man, and then I go home and the man takes all the money that I just worked so hard to earn, and then all of a sudden now it's like, hey, you owe us more money because you get to live in this country, and then we're gonna build some subpar roads with your money. Oh, thanks. And then we're gonna underpay teachers with our money, and then we're gonna give Social Security to
oh my word
to dead people $95 million worth.
Okay,
That's okay.
I'm sorry for distracting you. What's the rest of your updates?
The rest of my updates is I listened to another Taylor Swift song of the week.
Shout out.
And so this one's called How to Get the Girl, Taylor's version, and we're going to play 10 seconds.
Make sure you take notes. It's a classic. How do you get the girl, Dane?
Well, basically, I don't really know what this song goes on about, but it was kind of catchy.
What's your song of the week?
Yeah, it is it's the one I'm reviewing.
Taylor
of the
Swift's song of the week review.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's song of the week review, and it's like, she goes right here. Oh, I didn't go far enough into the thing, but it's like of pictures in frames of kisses on cheeks. Tell her how you must have lost your mind when you left her all alone and never told her why.
Yep.
And that's how it works. That's how you lost the girl. And now you say, I want you for worse or for better. I would wait forever. Broke your heart. I'll put it back together. I would wait forever. And that's how it works. That's how you get the girl. And so I think she kind of goes through the emotions here because you lost the girl and then she says like, that's how you get the girl. That's how you lost the girl. That's how you got the girl. And I was like, okay. But either way, good beat, solid the okayness from Taylor. It's from her it's from 1989, I think. Yeah, it's from 1989. I need to buy that on vinyl. That's my favorite album of hers.
It's a good one.
And then, so I would give it a 7.2 out of 10. It's pretty solid. I've been listening to more T Swift and more trying to get into her more modern stuff because that's where people are going crazy and losing their minds over it. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to work on it. And that is the third song I reviewed. I've reviewed Tim McGraw, I've reviewed Dear John, and now I've reviewed How to Get the Girl.
How are you feeling about those?
Well, I'm feeling that you need to keep track of the songs that I'm reviewing.
You should write them down on here.
I'll put it on my notes.
Yeah.
And then this way, nobody gets confused.
Okay. So was that all your review of the song?
Oh, yeah. It was pretty okay. It was slightly above average. That's how I'm like, if you play it in the car, I'm not going to be like, turn this one off. Like, if you play Shake It Off in the car, I'm going to say, get me out of this car.
Shake it off, dude.
But that's for a later
Shake
time,
it off.
later review.
Okay. So that's all your updates? You're good to go there?
Taylor Swift's song reviews.
Anything else?
Boom.
Anything else?
No.
Anything? Okay. Are you sure? Okay, cool. You know what? Oh, sorry. That almost was really awkward because I almost didn't click.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Wow.
Ow!
Sorry.
Crunchy.
What grinds my gears? Oh,
crunchy. Ow.
It's the worst. Tired driving still is not ideal. I know they promote it out there. They're like, hey, drive while tired. It's fun. It's safe. It's awesome. But when you're going home from a concert that's 3+ hours away, give or take, and it's already past 10 o'clock by the time you start driving, you get a little drowsy.
Oh.
And it's not ideal. I know they still recommend like, hey, if you're tired, just fight through it. Just keep driving. It's good for you. They always compare it to like being drunk, and they're like,
Oh.
it's bad to drive while drunk, but it's okay to drive while tired, I think is what they say.
True.
Yeah, not fun, because always my hopes are so high. I start driving, I'm like, I feel good. I feel good.
I feel good.
And then it's been about an hour, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to be an issue.
You ever do the deep sigh while you're driving?
And then just turn the wheel all of a sudden into the tree.
Boom.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I've never done
That's a bad idea. But yeah, I usually don't have to stop. I really do fight through it, but I'm like, there's a gas station. I might as well stop, stretch a little, did the thing, and got back on the road, and legitimately 15 minutes later, I'm like, still tired. I'm like, why did it not fix me?
Well, many reasons, really.
Okay. Do you want to tell me the many reasons right now?
You shouldn't go to a concert at midnight.
It wasn't midnight.
You're right. It was 3 a.m.
It started at 7:30. It was done around 10. But then we waited around about 30 minutes just to see if like Ben would show up.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And then I started driving, and I was kind of drowsy. But we made it back alive.
Let Rebecca drive.
That's why. No, bad idea. On
Yeah.
the way home, bad idea. There's a reason I drive on the way home. A lot of times she's like, I'll stay up with you. I look over, she's just gone. And then all of a sudden she'll yell at me. He's like, there's red lights on that car. I'm like, they always have red lights on the back of the car. And I think
That's how nighttime works.
I think she was asleep when she said that. And I'm like, they don't have their brakes on. Like, there's always lights on the back of the car at night.
Yeah, Rebecca's bedtime's like 9 p.m.
Yeah, whenever she said that, I'm like, oh, she's real. She's really asleep. Like,
And I know her bedtime's like 9 p.m. because I see her on Strava running at like, she posts the run at 5:45.
which is, it's crazy. And that's the thing. I'm like, she definitely probably ran yesterday and didn't get a lot of sleep. And then she's fine driving to the concert, but afterwards I have to, because she does not know what's happening.
Yeah, delusional.
Yeah. But every once in a while she wakes up from sleep. It's like, you're doing good. And then she goes back to sleep. And I'm like, okay, thanks for the encouragement.
She's the most responsible of the sins.
By sleeping?
And sleepy.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
But yeah, just driving while tired, it kind of grinds my gears. But that's all that grinds my gears this week.
Have I ever mentioned to you how I have an affinity and a hate for taxes?
That grinds my gears too.
I'm tired of taxes because I filed my taxes last week. Right?
You're also tired of Oklahoma.
So true. I hate Oklahoma and Illinois.
And Texas.
We don't need to get back into that. No. I explained to somebody my love states list and my hate states list.
Yeah, and you talked about it last week because Michigan was ahead of Missouri on loved states.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things there.
Yeah, there's like
Michigan.
22 states that you hate. Michigan wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that later.
22 states that I hate.
I think that's what you said.
That's funny. But no, so I filed my taxes last week on TurboTax, and then I was like, they get to the end where they're like,
we talked about this.
yeah, they're like, hey, it's free. And then at the end, they're like, hey, you have to pay for premium in order to file these, or else we're going to send you to jail.
So do you ever actually file them?
No, I got to the end and didn't file them. And then I was like, you know what? Screw that. I'm going to do my taxes on a different site.
Use Cash App.
H&R Block.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, they stole my money too. And this time I was like, screw it. Just take it.
Why didn't you? There's literally free things. Like Free Tax USA is one of them.
Really?
Yeah, there's so many. Why didn't you ask me?
Will you do my taxes?
I won't do your taxes, but I can tell you the software to use.
I know. This is where you need to get me around taxes.
So have you filed them yet?
Yeah. Oh, my word. Which I was really happy when it said you're done. And my tax return was only going to be like $249.
Yeah.
Why do I keep getting scammed? How come when my parents were doing the taxes, they would get like $800 on a tax return?
Okay, tax returns, I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but
Yeah.
for a lot of individuals, I believe, if you're getting a tax return, it means you just paid too much in taxes during the year. Like you had too much taken out of your paycheck. So
Any taxes I pay is too much.
So then they're giving it back to you. So in reality, you gave them an interest-free loan during the year, which is why you get a quote-unquote tax return. It's because you let them have money that wasn't theirs like most of the year.
So they stole
But
more than they should have.
It can change sometimes. I think if you're under like a certain income amount. Or
I'm under it.
Yeah, so for you. And also there are like different tax credits, or like if you have kids, which I don't think you do. Then there's ways I guess you could get refunds as well. But I think for a majority of people who are getting tax returns or refunds or whatever, it's because they had too much taken out of their taxes in the first place.
What if I put 14 under the number of kids or dependents?
They'd catch on. You got to go like 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I put
That's one of
14.
the tax tricks I learned a long time ago.
Yeah.
12 kids, okay.
12, they're
14,
like-
way too many. Way too many.
12, they're like, yeah, I could see that.
This
14,
is,
they're
this
like,
is not
no.
actual financial advice. Don't
Do
fire
it.
me.
Samuel said to do it.
Nope.
But also, it's just theft is what it is. And speaking of theft, my credit card had suspicious activity on it.
Is
And-
it that you spent a lot of money and you're like, that's not right?
No, it's something I've spent money on multiple times.
Dallas Cowboys.
No, it was Netflix.
Have you not been? Do you know you had Netflix?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I've
And how
paid-
this is confusing.
I get a message from Capital One that says, "Hey, we've frozen your card. You need to call us."
Was this like a text
Yes.
and they scammed you?
No.
Okay.
It was really Capital One
okay.
because I know that because they closed down my account and then are sending me a new card, and then it said on my app, "Sending you a new card by this date."
Okay, so it does sound legit.
And they read
Hopefully.
off my purchases to me too.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, somehow this person has it.
They start going through and you're like, no, you can stop. You don't need to say all these. These aren't relevant. Stop. Nope.
And they
Nope.
read my social security number to me.
Okay.
They're like, "Is this your social security number?"
You're like, honestly, I forgot it. So thanks for reminding me.
I'm like, either way, you have it at least
yeah,
somehow.
yeah. Okay. So what was it? Actual fraud?
Well, so I call them and also I knew it was frozen because it was declining when I would go get like gas and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this is really frozen. And so I call them and then they're like, "Hey, you have some suspicious activity on your," oh, this is going to be good. Hold on, I got another phone call.
Who's it from?
Hey, what's up?
Yo, is that Michael Fuller?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the pod.
I'm on the pod right now.
He's back.
Oh, let's go. Hey, this is just perfect. I'll just say this to the podcast audience then. First off, Lindsey Reed is a communist and slower than Dane.
Ooh.
Second, I'm returning to my humble abode in the great state of Missouri.
Wow.
Coming up from a wedding, actually. And I was at this wedding and said, you know what? A good DJ makes or breaks a wedding, you know? Like, it's one small component
So
of
true.
the equation that goes into a good wedding. And, dude, I like some weddings. This specific wedding was a great, phenomenal friend of mine who I wish many more happy years to come between him and his wife and his future family.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I teared up 3 times. I cried during the service. I cried during the mother-son dance.
It's a
And
gathering.
I think I teared up also just like when I was walking in with one of my other good friends. We drove down together, and it was awesome. It was boys' weekend. It was boys' trip. But here's the deal. So I said, out of all the weddings I've been to, I don't think there's ever been a DJ duo together as good as Samuelson and Dane Diesmeyer.
We've never DJ'd anything.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you talking about?
Well, we're going to fix that because I'm officially booking you to be the DJs at whenever my wedding is.
Oh,
You're
your
hired.
wedding.
You're the DJs and MCs.
What if we're the bride? I'll still do it either way. I was just curious.
You need to be the DJ.
Okay.
That's crazy. Do we have full creative freedom?
Do we get paid?
No, that's the thing. That's why I want you guys, because I need you guys to be full creative freedom. Like, I want you guys to be like roasting people on the dance floor.
Roasting your
I
wife?
need you guys to like comment on like everything as if it's like an episode of the podcast. And I would cry, I would cheer, I would throw money at you. I mean,
Oh, we're not
it would be
strippers.
phenomenal.
Whoa, speak for yourself, Samuel.
Wait, so has your a wife already signed off on this? That's important.
I mean, I don't think a person would be Michael Fuller material if they weren't on board for an until next week podcast session at the wedding reception.
That's true. That is true. You're thinking ahead well.
So, single ladies, if you're listening and you want to have a wedding reception podcast,
Hit a man up, Michael Fuller.
I am single right now.
Yeah, if you want a wedding with a live recording of a podcast episode, hit up Michael Fuller at 417.
Hit his number.
Yeah, actually 816. I need to get it changed over to 417 though. But
Yep.
it's 417 Samuel 14434 Friday Pickleball.
Shout out. That's right.
Dane 14344.
No, don't say any numbers, Dane.
Also, Joshua Schmitz is hereby banned from saying filthy language, such as the words and if I hear him using that horrible, profane potty mouth again, I will come to the podcast and I will prevent this from happening ever again.
You're going to come to the podcast either way. You never are gone too long, Michael.
That's right. I'm like Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. When you think the Balrog has defeated me, I have returned, not as Gandalf the Grey, but I've been finished, sent off the Fellowship, and complete my final task as Gandalf the White.
Do you hate Joshua because he lives in the north?
Well, there's a lot of communists in the state that Joshua arises from, but I actually, there's a lot of good things to love about Michigan. I mean, isn't that where Tom Brady went to college, right?
He did.
You got Tom Brady. You also have wonderful lakes. You have Lake Michigan. It's a beautiful lake. That's where Rob Loney's from Michigan, so there's some wonderful, great friends of the pod. Meg Loney, Rob Loney. Great friends of Samuel and Dane.
True.
Yeah. Well, I guess not Meg Loney anymore, but...
Yeah, Meg Pierce.
Yeah, Meg Pierce. That's right. Shout out to my favorite Springfield police officer.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew. But also, It sounds like you hate people who are in the north, and you know who else hated people in the north?
Robert Ely.
Robert Ely.
Wow.
Isn't that Dane's estranged father?
Yeah, but it's your wife.
That's part of my backstory of my villain arc, actually.
Well, everyone knows Bill Clinton is my dad, and that's why I have such mean saxophone skills, because Daddy Bill passed it down to me.
Daddy Bill.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, if you want to marry someone who's got mean saxophone skills...
Marry Bill Clinton.
And has a podcast reception, I am single.
Okay.
But also, if you want to be friends, that's cool too. I think I'm a pretty good friend. I'm reliable. I get the job done. I like to think I'm pretty entertaining.
You're like a good used car.
Yeah, like a Toyota Corolla.
No, I'd honestly say I would attribute myself to be like a used, like 2022 Ford Fusion, because I'm brand new. I may not be the fastest. I may not be the roughest. I may not be the toughest. But I've got great gas mileage, a great infotainment system, and I can get going pretty good on the highway.
And just saying, hey, if you're a lady out there and that sounds good to you, hit them up.
Made in America. And hey,
That joke
considering
didn't
everything in
hit.
today's economy, I'm pretty cheap too. Because my favorite word is tariff, and my second favorite word is reciprocal. So, if you want a 22% tax cut, buy American.
Okay, we got to hang up.
I'm going to put a tariff on you.
All right. Hey, Dane runs the slowest mile.
Hey,
Hey,
you take that back.
you're right. So
Yeah, sorry. Lindsey Reed is almost a little bit slow.
She's very slow.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's always good speaking with you, Michael.
Toodles. And also, remember, hashtag cancel Samuel.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to bring that back.
Yeah, he hung up.
Did he?
My joke did not
did.
hit.
Man.
Did you even hear my joke?
Dang. No, what was the joke?
He was talking about the car, like good on the highway, like has good momentum, has good endurance, etc. And I'm like, that sounds good to you. Hit up Michael Fuller.
Hit up Michael Fuller.
I maybe didn't word it well. I thought it was a better joke in my head, but
I was going to be like, you're used?
complete silence. Yeah, that too.
Man. Well, that leads us right into something else.
Where were we?
We're into sports talk now.
So, yeah, because you did talk about taxes and credit cards.
Oh,
and Netflix. Anything happened with that? You said?
Yeah. So they froze my card, and then I called them. They read off all my purchases, my social security number. I was like, shoot, you already got it all. And then I was like, they were like, does a purchase at Blue Iguana sound familiar? Yes, because I have like a car wash membership that I've been making payments to for like a year and a half. And I was like, okay. And they're like, does Netflix sound familiar? And I'm like, yeah, I've had Netflix for like, I don't know how many years. And they were like, okay, well, we need to shut down your card and send you a new one. And I was like, those aren't suspicious.
So there wasn't anything off.
No, they just took the liberty of freezing my card and then said, we'll send it to you in the mail in 4 to 6 business days. Okay.
So that's annoying.
That was really annoying.
That really would grind my gears for sure.
Yeah, so now I have to wait for the new credit card to come in to even use those funds.
You know who also uses their funds? Lots of sports teams all over the world, especially those owners, except for the cheap ones. But anyways, this is Sports Talk, where we talk about everything related to sports, baseball, football, other sports. I don't really know what else. Pickleball, but really just not soccer. I practiced that. Couldn't you tell?
I liked it, personally.
Yeah. Houston had a bold move to end the March Madness tournament, didn't they?
Yeah, they really screwed me.
Yeah, they were going. It's like, hey, we have 30 seconds to try to tie the game. Clock's running down, and a last-second dribble. And then the game was over. And I'm like, you didn't even get a shot off. What's the point? What are you doing?
I was watching that at Lexi Simmons' house. And then...
Instagram username?
I don't think she wants me to say.
Okay, true.
Sexy Lemons.
Yeah, there we go.
She switched the L and the S. It was crazy.
Yep.
And then that's the first thing I told her new boss.
Oh, no.
Which is my boss. So when I saw that he was interviewing her, I said, hey, by the way, ask her about her Instagram name. And then he goes, what? And I go, because it's Sexy Lemons. And then just ask her. It'll be great.
And then she did.
He didn't ask her until later.
Dang.
And then she was so embarrassed.
It's pretty funny, though.
I was like, you can change it. You are the one who came up with it.
It's a classic name, though.
That's why
it's been mentioned on the pod, so we can't go away from it.
That's why I'm not like ashamed to say it. Is I'm like, you could just change it if you wanted to.
Yeah, she likes it. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really watch March Madness after like the first two rounds. I kind of stopped caring. But yeah, Houston apparently had a really good game with Florida. I wasn't really watching it. I just saw the end, or I heard about the end, and basically Florida had a 2-point lead after Houston blew their big lead.
Yep.
Houston had the ball, 30 seconds left. They're trying to figure out a play. About 10 seconds left. The guy goes up for a shot. Oh, no, it's a fake. Oh, no, his feet left the ground, so he had to throw the ball down, and then he believed he couldn't touch it again, and they never got a shot off. Game over. Florida won. Tim Tebow spread his wings and flew onto the court, and it was a beautiful time for Gators fans.
Big ups Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Other sports-related talk, not too much, but the St. Louis Cardinals, we might be bad. We had a rough week for sure. The hitting looked great, but the starting pitching, I believe, gave up like 24 runs in 22 innings at one point, which
starting pitching sucks.
It's not a great it's not great for winning games if you give up that many runs by your starting pitchers. Nope. But on the bright side, we have catchers forever.
Mr. Brightside.
Who can just keep on hitting and hitting and hitting. Like Herrera had been going off, but then he got hurt. So then we had Pajes, and he was good. But then we're like, no, we'll throw him at second base randomly, like yesterday.
Because Wing got hurt.
And then we had this other catcher we brought up. In the first game he was here, he had a home run. And then he went for like 2 for 3 like the other day. And I'm like, where are all these catchers coming from?
Did you watch the game?
No.
Because I didn't either yesterday. Because I want to know how Pajes got the second.
I was so confused. All I saw was like, hey, the Cardinals tweeted out that the Pajes has tied for the highest fielding percentage ever as a second baseman.
True.
Because he had one play.
Hit 2. I saw
2?
him.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, Mason Wing got hurt. But then you move Sagasi to short. And I'm like, so then where's Donovan? Where's Gorman? To play second?
Maybe they were taken out at some point.
Well, yeah. I'm like,
I don't know.
Did we use both of them? And
Gorman's a good point. Gorman could have gone second.
He could have played second.
Maybe they just wanted Pajes as bat in there. And then with Pajes there, then he's still a backup catcher.
Yeah.
Because if the other guy gets hurt, he can transition there because they don't want Contreras to go back to catcher.
Well,
and Brendan Donovan's like the emergency catcher.
Yeah, so Contreras should be the emergency catcher.
But I don't think they want him to be.
Well, even I would rather move Arenado to short, put Sagasi at second, and then put Jordan Walker at third.
Either way, we won 2-0 against the Phillies, which was pretty nice. But that's all the Cardinals talk you need. Allie Hoopy, we're sorry about talking about all this baseball. And then you're going to get into a little bit with the Masters, but there was one thing before the Masters tournament actually started, I believe. They had like a par 3 tournament where it's just like the players kind of chilling with like their families and friends and they're hitting. And Rory Mcilroy.
Oh, yeah.
He was probably, what do you think, 25 feet out for a putt, give or take.
I didn't watch this.
It was around that. And he had his daughter with him who was like 4 years old. And he's like, hey, just hit the ball this direction and we'll see what happens. And she barely tapped the ball. Like such a bad looking putt. And it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And people started getting loud. People started going nuts, rolling. And it went in. The whole crowd erupted. Her sister ran over, gave her a hug. He was cheering. And these other golfers were cheering. And she showed no emotion.
Yeah.
She was locked in, like Michael Jordan,
locked
like in
in.
the finals or something. She's like, I don't care that I just made a putt that 95% of grown men can't make.
So Rory's daughter, how do you feel about making that 25-foot putt? What's to be happy about?
Yeah.
Is job finished?
Yeah. That's it.
I didn't think so.
Kobe
Job's
Bryant.
not finished.
Yeah. She's got that Mamba mentality for
Job
sure.
not finished.
And then she just gave a hug to her dad. I'm sure when she went in for the hug, you think she's crying, but she's just like, never let me do that again.
Never
in front of these people.
embarrass me in front of these people ever again.
She's like, I just ruined your parlay, didn't I?
oh yeah.
You thought I would miss this.
He had the over for sure.
Yeah.
And he disguised it. He had the over on himself and then disguised it as, I want to let my daughter putt
Yeah.
and be a nice guy. It's like a double win. You win a lot of money and you win credit with the people. And then she sank it. And then he's like, listen.
He's like, I should have utilized you for my putts last year when I blew the Masters lead.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So who knows? At this point, when you're listening, the Masters is over and maybe Mcilroy won it. We don't really know yet.
I don't know.
I kind of want him to just because he blew up so aggressively last year.
I want Scott A.
Scotty.
Yeah, anybody who can get arrested and then win the Masters is great in my book.
Scotty's awesome. Such a nice guy.
And a Christian.
Yeah. Okay, that's all my sports talk. So what about you? I think you have some Masters talk for us.
So if you need some talking points for your fellow coworkers or for your friends that you are watching the Masters, you can mention all of the Masters rules that they have at the course. So if you are a spectator who goes and watches the Masters there,
Spectator?
Or
I hardly know her.
well, here's the funny part. They're not allowed to call you spectators or fans.
What do they call you then?
They have to call you a patron.
Oh, because
Yeah.
Patreon.
The broadcast is forced to call them patrons. And so I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And more rules that they have is you as a patron are not allowed to wear spikes or pointed shoes. You're not allowed to have cell phones or cameras. You're not allowed to have signs, posters, or banners. You are not allowed to have music or yelling or running of any kind.
Is that why they have so many Amish fans?
Maybe. You're not allowed to take any souvenirs away from there other than the ones you purchase.
I've gone to cut down that tree.
Yeah, the concessions are really cheap for you, which is good.
$1.50 pimento cheese.
They don't sell any of the merchandise like the hats, the sweaters, the whatever you were talking about earlier.
Gnomes.
The gnomes. They don't sell any of that online. You can't buy it anywhere in the world other than at this Masters event once a year.
Or eBay.
Or eBay, if you will.
You want to buy a $600 gnome.
But then the Masters themselves, they could sell their rights to like the TV companies and get like $100 million. But
Yeah.
they're like, no, we want to keep our concessions cheap. We want to be able to dictate everything that goes on here, including the dress code. Jeans are not allowed. They only allow 4 minutes worth of commercials per hour. And they give the rights, the TV rights away for free to ESPN and CBS. It's crazy.
Honestly kind of amazing.
And because they give it to them for free, they have strict vocabulary for the announcers, and there's no sponsorships allowed on the course.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're giving up so much money. And then the grand crescendo, I think, that is the coolest part, is if you win the Masters, you get to compete in the Masters tournament every year for the rest of your life or until you don't want to.
Yeah.
So you win it once, and you're in it forever, which is great. So there's people, in their like 80s playing, and they get cut, but
I know, so some of the rules are really cool, but I know they have had some issues in the past where they're like, with like the green jackets, I think they have to stay at the club.
yeah,
Except for, I think when you first win it, you maybe get to keep it for like a year.
I don't know.
And then it always has to be there. But I know there's been times where randomly green jackets have gone up for auction, and they are just butts to all the people. Like, no, that's our property. I don't know how this person got a hold of it at some point from this jacket that's 80 years old, but nope, you can't sell it. No, that's ours. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. And I think most of the people are like, yeah, you don't have rights to this jacket. And
You gave it to this person. And
like
they sold it, I
somehow
guess.
they got it and they can sell it, but they're always like a pain. Like if someone somehow has one of these jackets.
Yeah, so spice it up this week with your coworkers. Maybe throw in some rules for your new place of work and say, hey, actually, I'm not going to Teams chat you. I'm not going to Google chat you back because Teams and Google chat are not allowed, which my company is also moving to.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I was trying to see if I could find any more information for like the jackets.
I like jackets. I'm wearing one right now.
Yeah.
But also, that moves us on to something else.
Yeah, I guess I won't get into that information. If I was wrong with any of the Green Jacket stuff, you can let me know. But I'm pretty sure I was mostly right, just like most of our podcast is mostly right.
Go ahead and email in at samuel14454 at gmail.com.
Yeah. So now it is time for the main segment. Yes, it's not Are You Smart in the 5th Grader? It's not Deal or No Deal. It's not Bachelor, but it might be the Bachelorette next week. Who knows? Anyways, this is another time where we will tell you what we're doing in about 3 seconds. Actually, right now. Yeah, we're doing Give Me 5. Dane, what is it?
So Give Me 5 is something that I thought of. I think I was driving today.
Yeah.
And I was like, we play it with our youth ministry students.
No, that's not what you said.
What did I say?
You told me beforehand that it's where you put your Venmo out.
Oh.
And we all give you $5.
I mean, yes, Dane is my.
Yes. Okay, but besides that, what's the point of Give Me 5?
So we play it with our youth group students, and basically we'll put up a category on the screen, and then each team has to come up with 5 different things in that category that they think is like the most common or whatever. And then you reveal on the next slide that if they said this, they get like 10 points. If they have this on the list, they get like 25 points, etc. And so now I thought, what if we take that concept and tweak it a little bit, and, in Dane's circus fun house of fun, which is smoke and mirrors of my brain, and say, we're going to do Give Me 5, which is where Samuel will give me a subject and I will give Samuel a subject, and we on the spot have to come up with our top 5 lists of that subject. And so I don't know what Samuel's going to pick. He doesn't know what I'm going to pick, but we're going to do it right here, right now, in a new segment called Give Me 5.
Give Me 5.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
What do you mean by go first?
You're going to do all 5 of yours.
Like you tell me and I say my 5?
Yep.
Okay, sure. I'll go first. Here we go.
Okay. Samuel.
Yes.
What are the top 5 animals that you could beat in a street fight with only a baseball bat?
Top 5 animals I could beat in a street fight?
Yes.
I mean, this is easy.
Okay. Give me 5. Number 5.
A turtle.
Why would you beat a turtle with a bat?
You said the top 5 that I could beat. Are you trying to think of like the most aggressive ones I could beat, or how do you want me to take this?
Most
because
impressive.
I can beat a lot of. Give me an ant. I can kill an ant.
No,
Easy.
Most impressive.
Oh, most impressive.
Most impressive that you could beat.
So they don't get a bat though.
They don't get a bat. It's just their animal instincts.
I feel like I heard this the other day. This actually might have been on Ghostrunners podcast. They might have been discussing this.
I don't know. ChatGPT came up with it for me.
I'm trying to think what they said. Okay. So most impressive. So number 5, I'm going to go with. Oh, this is actually really bad.
You better get in there.
I know. I'm thinking. I'm going to go with a anteater.
An anteater?
Yeah.
Is that the one with a tongue that goes?
Yeah. Okay, so that's one of them. That's not very impressive.
Anteater, okay.
A zebra.
A zebra?
Yeah,
you think
zebra.
you could beat up a zebra with a baseball bat?
One swing, you're good.
That's number 4?
Yeah, number 4.
That's crazy.
Yeah, did you think it would be higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zebra's like a horse.
Okay, let's go. This is legitimately what they talked about, and I'm going to steal one of theirs. This is also just kind of a bigger one, like a cow.
You're going to beat up a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the cow. Well, is it a bull or is it a cow?
Well, I don't really want to beat up a bull. I think the bull with the horns could get me.
Yeah, that's true. You're beating up a girl cow.
The bull, I have to make sure they're not paying attention and go one swing and get out of there.
Boom, see ya.
Yeah.
Beat up a cow, so females.
Yeah.
Cows.
I don't really want to mess with the monkeys. I feel like that could be an issue.
They'll grab the bat from you.
I mean, honestly, I got a good swing. I could probably do some damage.
At what point does baby appear on this list?
A baby?
A baby.
No.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
So you're telling me you wouldn't beat up a baby?
No, I would not beat up a baby.
All right.
I mean, it would be giraffe would be too tall.
True.
Because giraffe, I think if I was up there, I could get a good swing on it.
Melvin the giraffe?
Yeah. Kangaroos are tough.
Kangaroos would kick your butt.
They would, because, and that's the thing. Like, I need to have a really good first swing
because they're the best animal of all time.
They're just jacked. Like, have you ever seen them before? They're just like shredded.
Yeah, me and the kangaroos work out sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not a good one. Let's go with a what's some kind of cat? Is there some kind of cat that I could beat?
Yeah, house cat.
House cat would be pretty easy. I think I could beat. The hardest part of this is trying to think of animals. Let me tell you. Actually, I'm gonna go with a camel.
You're gonna beat up a camel?
A camel, I think I could get.
Camel would spit you in the eyes.
Yeah, but I think I could get it. So that's number 2, I guess, but 4 of my 5.
Yep.
And then the last one that I think I could beat with a bat.
With a baseball bat.
Blue whale.
You're gonna beat up a blue whale.
Yeah.
And also, here's where the battle is.
On land.
The shore.
Yeah. No
So
chance. It
little
has no
both.
chance. It can't move. I just keep hitting it over and over and over.
Samuel, quit beating the whale.
Like, everybody else is trying to put water on it, and then I go over there with a bat and start hitting it. Like, what are you doing? I have a bet, okay? I think I can take it right now.
ChatGPT wanted me to beat up this whale.
Yeah.
So, in order, you had...
Anteater,
zebra,
cow. Number 2 was... what did I go with? Camel?
A camel.
And then number 1
and
overall.
A whale.
Yeah.
Was a whale from
Blue
whales.
whale, the biggest
blue whale from whales.
animal in the biggest
animal kingdom.
Yeah, in the world.
And the animal is Shrindom.
So I had a category for you originally.
Yeah.
Which now I feel like I need to change it because I was just going to have you rank what you think are the biggest animals in the world.
Oh, 2 animal segments.
But I think I'm going to try to change it right here, right now. Give me like 30 seconds of commentary while I pick a new category.
Okay. So Samuel has something written about somebody named Savannah down here, and I don't know who that is. So that's the one part. But then also, today we went to Dairy Queen, and I tried to get my students fired from their job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it was at Dairy Queen, and then I didn't almost get kicked out of Dairy Queen, but then we started like describing people. We played a game called it's called Describe This Person, but then you ask questions, and it's like, if they were a car, what kind of car would they be? And then you try to guess who in the circle this person's thinking of.
Stop talking.
Okay.
I thought of it. If you were on a deserted island.
I am an island.
Yes. What are the 5 things you would need to survive?
Okay. Anything?
And it can be anything except for like a boat to get off the island or a phone to call, like those kind of things. Like, no, you're stuck on this island.
Does it need to make sense?
I mean, it's just the 5 things that you would that you would want or need to bring on this island with you.
Yeah.
And in theory, maybe you might be able to get off the island someday if you're able to build something.
Okay.
But you can't just be like, I need a boat or a phone to get off here.
Number 5.
Okay.
Unlimited supply of Mountain Dew.
Unlimited?
Yeah, unlimited.
Okay. You'll have no teeth within 3 weeks.
That's fine. I'm on an island by myself.
Okay. The issue is, though, this is during Lent.
Unlimited supply of Mountain Dew.
Okay, you're still going with the Lent.
I'll
Okay,
wait a couple days.
Okay. Still going Mountain Dew. Got it.
Unlimited supply of Mountain Dew, number 5. Number 4, I'm going with my cell phone with unlimited data and unlimited battery life.
But you can't, so you just want the phone, but you can't call anybody?
Yes, I can call somebody.
No,
but not to rescue me.
No.
To entertain myself.
Well,
No, I just need entertainment.
Okay. So you got a phone.
They're just there to entertain me. I'm here with Mountain Dew, sipping on the beach with my phone, because number 3 is going to be an unlimited supply of this house that I built, that I brought with me. It's an awesome house.
Unlimited supply of house.
Yeah, it's a Mr. Beast house.
So just the house is the island?
No. The island, in the very center of the island, is my house. That's like really awesome. Everything I've ever wanted house that was there whenever I landed.
Okay.
And
I feel like, though, that kind of
I brought it with me.
Gives you a lot of stuff inside the house, which isn't really one thing.
No, it's just things like a couch.
So no. So you get a house with all. No, you just get the house.
House with amenities.
The house is bare. The
Fine.
house is bare.
I don't want a house
all
anymore.
That's in the house is just Mountain Dew and your cell phone.
I don't want a house anymore.
Okay.
So instead of a house, what I want is a dune buggy
Okay, that's
to
good.
get around the island,
Which is great because you have no gas.
with all the gas I
No,
could
no,
ever
no, no,
want.
no. That has to be another guess.
You're right. The island is gas. I can
Yes.
drill the island and get gas.
Guys, are you enjoying this segment yet? This is so good.
And it's great. And then number 4 is going to be, oh man, this one's kind of hard. Unlimited supply of, okay. My number 1, I know what my number 1 is.
Okay.
My number 1 is my wife, who is also my personal chef.
Just stop.
What's wrong with that one?
So, did you ever pick a number 2?
Yeah, number 2 is all the groceries that we would need for number 1.
So, you have unlimited food.
Yes.
Unlimited Mountain Dew.
Yes.
Unlimited data on your phone.
Yeah.
Dune buggy with unlimited gas. And a wife with unlimited patience for you to cook all the food for you.
Hey, we're on an island. And
Oh,
this
nice.
is just what I brought with me.
Yeah, just casually. And then the island actually has a Kroger just sitting there. I guess we didn't mention that.
The plane that we crashed from happened to have all these things on there. It's kind of crazy.
See, that's why it's good you changed it, because I don't know how the full house was going to fit on the plane.
The house would have fit in the plane that I would have had.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
was that good?
That was so awesome. I know, especially with me stuttering early on, trying to think of animals I could beat up with a bat. I think overall this is very, very good content. Like so good.
Mine was hard to explain on the fly.
So was mine. Trying to think of there's so many animals. Like you asked me,
I know.
I'm like, I don't
Just
know.
beat 'em up.
All I could think of was dog and cat. Like dog, cat. I'm not just hitting dogs and cats with a bat all day.
Not right now because you're
Yeah.
doing the podcast, but
Yeah.
outside of the podcast, you do it all the time.
Yeah,
Lauren told me.
but then if I said the dog thing, people would think I'm Michael Vick, and I'm not Michael Vick.
You know, the only time that Lauren talks to me outside of the podcast is when you're present.
I mean, why would she talk to you otherwise?
I don't know. But at church, the only time I see her is whenever you guys walk up to me. And then the only time she messages me on Instagram is when you guys are together because you guys will send stuff at the same time.
But I mean, what else would she say?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought she would find something funny and say, expose Samuel with this. And I'm like,
Nah.
oh, okay, great.
You get enough of that from everybody else.
She's too loyal.
You get too much of that from Jack.
Yeah,
So
it's
much
true.
of that from Jack. It's
Jack figures
ridiculous.
it out somehow.
Yeah. Well, that was our main segment.
It was great.
We hope you loved it more than anything in the world.
I
But,
think what would make it better is if we premeditated the subjects.
if we thought about it ahead of time.
Yeah, if
Which
we-
is what we kind of discussed. And then I didn't think you would come in and say, pick up the animals you want to beat up with a bat.
Well, yeah, because if we plan it out in the future, it'll be better because we'll become prepared with reasons.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe it would work better if we did that.
Okay, well, just do your thing. It's your time.
Well, now, if you're driving, I'm glad you heard all that content because I brought it all to the island. And if you're walking, go ahead and walking with the bat. Go ahead and beat up Samuel with the bat, because now it's time for Dane's manifesto. Welcome back to part 59 of Dane's manifesto. We've done over a year of manifestoing, and
We hope you're better because of it.
you are better because of it. I can feel it in my bones. And so the first thing that I thought about whenever I wanted to do this is, AI, please predict the next 10 presidents of the United States of America.
See, usually when you ask this, it's like, that's too political for me. Did it give you a response?
Sure did.
Okay, well, let us know.
From 2029 until 2037, we have President Taylor Swift running as an independent.
Okay, I'm glad that it wasn't the same individual that's currently president.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
be
true.
like, yeah, so he went for third, fourth, fifth, sixth terms. Like, no, AI, don't do that. Pick new people.
This is after a sold-out end of Eras of Democracy Stadium tour that doubles as a political campaign. She wins 49 states. Congress is now known as, quote, the squad.
That's crazy that if she legitimately ran for president,
She would easily win.
she would get a lot of votes.
I think she would easily win.
it would be so bad.
Because think about it. Everybody and their mothers heard of her, and everybody
We need fewer people who are we need some people who at least have more experience in this realm.
I think
feel like.
90% of everybody under 35 will vote for her.
And then every time it's like, and we have the what's the speech, like the year speech
Inaugural address.
Well, that she would just sing. It would
That's
be
true,
nice.
yeah.
Big concert, sold out.
It would be sold out.
State of the Union would just be again her singing about everything.
True.
Actually, let's do it. Let's make her the next president.
Well,
Okay, so she's the next one.
she's number one. And then the one after that, 2037 and 2045, is President AI, Artificial Intelligence Party. AI voted in after ChatGPT version 19.2 passes the bar, solves climate change, and drops a hit album. Human politicians are now considered legacy systems.
This is so. I feel like AI then would be the last of the 10.
I like how AI determined that AI would be president in 2037.
AI, you seem a little biased here.
This is interesting here.
Okay. What's the next one after AI?
Number 3, from 2045 to 2053, is President Florida Man. It's a write-in candidate. He doesn't have a last name. His inauguration includes a gator wrestling contest and skydiving into the Lincoln Memorial reflection pool. Surprisingly, the economy thrives under beer-based barter.
And you said that was Jack?
That was Jack.
Okay.
Jack Holmgren, Florida Man.
Nice.
Number 4, 2053 to 2061, President Elon Musk's clone.
I was going to say with him, he would be a little old.
It's an independent from the Mars Caucus. Elon uploads his brain into a clone body and runs to fast track the Constitution to include interplanetary expansion rights. Washington, D.C. is renamed X.
And this is 40 years from now?
This is 2053 to 2061.
Yep. Okay. Checks out.
Number 5, 2061 to 2069, President... Oh, man, I don't know how to say this. CTHULHU. Hulu.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I don't know who that is. We're going to move on. President in 2069 to 2077 is President Supreme Leader Beyonce. All hail party. Democracy evolves.
Wait, Beyonce's going to be it?
I guess.
She's going to be like 100.
Yeah, she'll live then.
Oh, my word.
We have life on Mars at this point, apparently. And then after that, we have President Kid Rock 2, or the second, not the original, a fully cybernetic descendant who governs from the Harley-Davidson strapped hovercraft.
And that was it?
The next president, 2085 to 2093, is President Sentient Cloud of Vapes from the Vape Nation Party. That's ridiculous.
What did you even ask AI?
Hey, give me the next 10 presidents.
2093
to 2101 is President Shrek.
Yeah, shout out Shrek.
And the last one is President Doge.
Legitimately, what did you ask?
I said, give me the next 10 presidents, and it gave me the next 10 presidents, and it was like Kamala Harris, Josh Hawley, AOC, and then random people, and I was like, ugh, that's lame. So I said, make it more unhinged, and then it gave me all those people. And then I said...
They get more unhinged? Again?
No. Then I said, give me the top or the next 10 Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah.
Next year, the Kansas City Chiefs.
So spit them off.
2026, the San Francisco 49ers. 2027, the Cincinnati Bengals. 2028, the Detroit Lions. 2029, the New York Jets. 2030, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's fake.
That's going to be great. Well, it gets better because 2031, the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2032, the Philadelphia Eagles. 2033, the Houston Texans. And 2034, the Chicago Bears.
The Packers will win at least one in the next 10 years.
Packers will never, ever win one.
Is what we say about the Cowboys. So, do you have anything else for your nice little thing you do?
That was it. That was the end of Dane's manifesto. Part 59. Please stay tuned for part 60 next week.
Okay. And now is to your favorite part of the episode, which is...
Samuel's Little Known Facts. And that's just a fact. If you're driving, put yourself in a sack. Samuel's Little Known Facts.
Man, I love that song every single time. So time for some Samuel's Little Known Facts. Number 1, ketchup was once medicine.
I think I knew that, actually.
Yeah, in the 1830s, ketchup was marketed and sold as a medicine, claiming to cure ailments like indigestion and diarrhea.
It does.
Which at the same time, it might cause those.
Yeah, which is funny because then people think, oh, I just need to take more of it.
Yeah.
More, and then they probably would.
Still, just throw some ketchup on it. That's what they always say.
And they're probably like, this is delicious.
Number 2, Napoleon's bunny attack. Yes, you might be asking yourself, what's Napoleon's bunny attack? French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte once requested a rabbit hunt. When the caged rabbits were released, instead of fleeing, they reportedly charged Napoleon and his men in a large group. What would
like
you?
it.
How many of those could you take out with a bat?
How many rabbits can I take out with a
Yeah.
bat? All of them.
What if they're rabid rabbits?
1,100 rabbits easily.
Is that with one swing or is it multiple swings?
Multiple swings.
Okay. Drunken bees, they have some issues. I guess bees can get intoxicated from drinking fermented tree sap.
I can see it.
If they try to return to the hive, quote unquote, drunk, guard bees will often attack them and prevent them from entering until they sober up.
Drunk bees.
Yeah, drunk bees. Hey, watch out for that fermented tree sap. If you see a bee just kind of like spinning around, flying around, like they are not feeling good.
There was a bee in my room the other night. I forgot to mention
Was
this.
it a drunk bee?
No, I don't know. Maybe because I was standing there doing my band exercises.
Yeah.
And then I heard bzzz, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what's happening? And I turn and I look at my lamp, and
Was it
there's
Jerry Seinfeld?
no, it was a bee. It was a real.
It was a bee.
It was a real bee. And so then I stand in my doorway for 20 minutes like a man and try to come up with a plan.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, do you like jazz?
No.
Okay.
I get it. That though. That's
Yeah.
from the bee movie.
Yep.
Dang it. And then I was like, okay, here's the plan. And then I look back and the bee's gone. I'm like, I know I didn't make that up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then I went back to doing my exercises. And then he buzzed around again. And then he went to my lamp again. And I was like, okay, here we go. Grab binder. And I trap him underneath the glass part of my lamp. And I was like, okay, what's the plan now? So I unplugged the lamp, brought the lamp outside, left the lamp outside overnight. And then I went and got it the next morning.
You're wild.
That was like Tuesday.
A couple more little known facts. Queen Elizabeth II was a mechanic. Did you know that? I guess
No.
during World War II, the future Queen Elizabeth II joined the Auxiliary Territorial Service, where she trained and worked as a mechanic and military truck driver.
Is she the one that did the the red bandana girl?
You're talking about Rosie the Riveter?
Yeah.
What do you mean she did the red bandana
Well,
girl?
Rosie looks like a mechanic.
Yeah, but I don't think that was...
Queen Elizabeth?
No, I don't think Rosie the Riveter was based off of Queen Elizabeth II.
Samuel doesn't believe
Especially
that women can be a
because
mechanic.
Rosie the Riveter, I believe, was based out of like the U.S.
Yeah.
and Queen Elizabeth II is not
England.
based out of the U.S. And that's not a little known fact. I hope you all knew that. just saying. And then finally, I think you'll be interested with this. Antarctica has the largest amount of unclaimed land.
For now.
That's what I'm saying. Antarctica is home to the largest territory on Earth that remains unclaimed by any single nation.
well,
which
the woolly
means,
mammoths are coming back.
and if they come back, we can claim all that land for our own.
Yeah. I told Samuel on the phone that they brought back a extinct wolf this week, apparently, allegedly. that was not a something out your window. That was
What?
Samuel wolfing.
Yeah, wolfing.
But no, they brought back some Silas or Sitka wolf or something that was
Yeah.
extinct, and now they're bringing back woolly mammoths allegedly, or trying to. And I'm just like, all right, we need to cut it out.
Well,
Or else-
I think we should bring back all the woolly mammoths.
Or else they're going to bring back people from the dead artificially.
Jesus already did that.
Jesus already did it. He did it 2,000 years before
Yep,
them.
shout out. Easter coming up this week.
It is coming up this week.
Yep.
Wow, big ups Easter.
Yeah, that's about it for me.
Wow, that was part 5 of Sam's little known facts. He wrote them for you because he hates Apple Jack. Speaking of Apple Jacks, I hate Jack, but I don't hate Jack.
Last night, my wife and I watched 2 movies back to back. Luckily, I was the one facing the TV.
That was ridiculous.
Okay, that
was ridiculous.
that was dumb in a good way.
No, that was ridiculous in a bad way.
No, that was good. That was good. Why do you think there's any issues with that one?
Because it's ridiculous.
Okay, do you know what's also ridiculous? That we forgot to play this.
Who's we?
I forgot to click the button because we have those voice memos from Jack every week. That didn't really go with it.
If you want to reach me.
It really does cut off quick, Joshua. You're right. So yep, that was from Jack. But besides our jokes with Jack, which honestly thought it was a pretty good joke. Sometimes complete trash.
3 out of 10.
But no, I would give that 6 out of not in 10.
3 pound out of 1,
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
Yeah. We also had a Youth of America update from the Lindsey Reed. So time to tune in.
Here is
She's
my
in a
Youth
wind
of
tunnel.
America update. Yesterday, some kids got busted for bringing tequila to school and passing it around. Back in the day, you would totally get expelled for that. But guess how long this kid was suspended for being intoxicated and giving other kids alcohol?
0.
2 days.
You got
for
promoted.
7th graders. Oh yeah, he got suspended for 2 days.
Let's go!
That's a big consequence right there. Next, this is more of a funny story. I have a student who needs a lot of academic support, we'll just say. And I
Dane.
was reading to him, thinking that we're really getting places with helping him understand what we're doing. And he interrupts me while I'm reading to him, and he goes, "Do we have 4 or 5 toes?" And I said, "We have 5 toes." And he said, "Well, why do you only have 4 toes?"
Got her.
And I said, I was wearing sandals, so one of my toes was covered. So I showed him, I said, "I have 5 toes." And he goes, "Bro, why is your middle toe so long?" And so I showed him my hands. I said, "Look, your middle finger is longer than the rest of your fingers." And then he holds his own hand in front of his face. And it was one of those moments where you can just imagine in his mind, he's like, "Oh."
Mind-blowing.
Anyways, that is the Youth of America in Omaha, Nebraska, 7th grade edition.
Lindsay did not tell me
Why
that
do
that
you
kid
have-
got suspended for 2 days. I purely guessed and nailed it.
Dang, why do you only have 4 toes? I thought it was gonna be like one of those jokes, like I only have 4 fingers and a thumb, but he legitimately thought she had 4 toes.
Well, to be fair, her long toe that kid's talking about is crazy long. It's like 8-9 inches long.
That's nuts.
I know.
Ew.
Yeah, it's really long. It's really long. Also, she has foot fungus.
You know,
just
it'd
so
been
everybody
wild
knows.
if she took off her sandals and she had 6 toes. Like, oh my gosh, who is this person?
It'd either be wild or a fun fact.
Wild or a fun fact.
Or both.
Man, thank you for that Youth of America update, Lindsay. That is, your students are just the best. That's all I gotta say. But stop supplying them with tequila, and it'll be
Lindsay.
better for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, we both work with kids, and I even know not to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Besides that, we did receive an Instagram message this week I wanted to point out. And this is where you're talking about Savannah. And on the post I made for the Instagram where I invited both myself and Joshua and Dane as collaborators. And Dane does never want to accept this because he doesn't want this photo to go on his Instagram.
Correct.
There was a message on there from Alexis, and she put, "Hi, this is Savannah. Great episode. Loved it." Do you remember that reference?
No.
You thought Joshua's girlfriend was named Savannah because you read the Savannah Bananas, but her name is Alexis. So she was making a joke, and it was
Oh,
pretty
she
clever.
said, "This is Savannah."
Yeah, this is Savannah. Great episode.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Savannah.
Yeah.
In my head, she's Savannah now.
Still Savannah. Besides that, we received
Hi,
some...
Savannah.
You're bananas. Anyways, we also have some Spotify responses. Jack Holmgren put, "I heard when Dane was 16, he was driving home one night and he got pulled over for driving in the left lane too long on the highway."
I did.
When he pulled over, he did on the left shoulder, and the police officer didn't believe he was old enough to be driving, and also was like, "Why on the earth did he pull over to the left side of the road?" So yeah, if you're driving, pull over to the left side of the road, and if you're walking, sit down, because this was Jack's manifesto, exposing Dane's driving incompetency.
Here's the thing. So getting pulled over and pulling off to the left side of the shoulder, yes, because I was in the left lane. I got pulled over for being in the left lane too long.
Yeah.
And which is ridiculous in itself. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to pull all the way over to the right shoulder. So I just pulled over to the left shoulder. First time I had ever been pulled over before. I've been driving for like a month or two at that point. And then I don't remember him thinking that I wasn't old enough to drive, because clearly I handed him my driver's license.
Yeah.
And said, "Here you go." And then he goes, "So why were you in the left lane too long?" And I was like, "Honestly, sir, like I was zoned out driving, and I was listening to the Cardinals game on the radio, and I was taking Lindsey home from something. I think we both worked at Hy-Vee at that time or something like that. Or I don't know.
Lindsay was there?
Lindsay was in the passenger seat. That's how she knows this, and that's how Jack got this information.
Yep.
And then, but it was in my car, Ghetto Dreams, which was a 2003 red Pontiac Grand Am that had cigarette holes in the back seat. Brakes were terrible. Window fell in. Clickety sounds while you were driving. Split windshield too. It was great. And then, but yeah, he let me off with a warning. So
That's understandable.
I was competent.
do hate that whole left lane thing. And then people, if they ever post about like something getting changed with that online, people blow up. They're like, well, if you just wouldn't drive in the left lane, it would be okay. And then people are like, well, if you wouldn't speed, it's like, no, this should be open. I don't care. I can go 95 miles per hour if I want in the left lane. But it's illegal if you go 70 and a 65 in the left lane, because then it will hate you forever.
If I go the speed limit in the left lane, it's worse than me speeding. It's not, but
it's the
same as me speeding.
And then people just feel like they have the right to do whatever they want. And then even if you're like casually over there for just like a little bit, not even that long, and you're still going pretty fast, people just get right up on you and they just get so mad at you, and then they blow by you going 90.
That's fine.
And I'm like, what's your deal? It's really not that big of a deal.
I think about that a lot, especially if I'm on a two-way road and I see like not a highway, but like in the town somewhere, and somebody rolls up behind me really fast, like driving super fast. I'm like, oh, you played with the wrong guy. I'm gonna go slower. And I'm like, this is insane. Or if there's like two lanes driving down like national here, like a regular road, so 2 lanes on each side, and I see somebody zooming in between the traffic, I'm like, this is gonna end here. I'm gonna match the pace of the person next to me who's also going slow.
Yeah.
And then this person will get there slower.
Yeah, it's so annoying when people are going crazy like that.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not getting somewhere faster. Also, I see it's literally just you in the car. I'm like, where could you possibly be going?
To get their tequila.
Maybe.
Yeah. Keenan A. Smith put, number 1, this episode was awesome. Number 2, how dare someone throw your perfectly good Tupperware away? Unbelievable.
Tupperware?
When I had the trash food.
Oh!
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I remember that.
You were zoned out last week or 2 weeks ago. You had no idea
what was
what
2
was
weeks
happening.
ago?
It was last week.
Yeah, dang it.
Yeah.
Either way, Kenny, you need to write in and talk about all the great changes that Imperial's made now that I'm not there.
Yeah. Allie Hoopy put, my thoughts. And she had a lot of them.
Oh.
My taxes still aren't totally done.
Nice.
I don't plan on being in Springfield anytime soon. But if I find myself there, you best believe I'm coming on the pod. I also went to the Forrest Frank concert. I went to the bandwagon pod to share my thoughts with Joshua.
Nice.
And then she put, I did not cheat in the Fantasy Football League.
Whoa.
If I recall correctly, which I do, Dane and, I don't like that and, Samuel were doing extremely shady trades. I voted against the corruption and did not partake even though I could have.
We never said that she cheated. We said she colluded.
Oh, that's okay.
Point Samuel and Dane.
I said that I would stand up for her here. I said that I would make sure to say to you that she did not cheat, which she didn't, and you agreed, so I don't know how to stand up for her in this scenario.
She didn't cheat.
I do want to point out that our quote-unquote shady trades were because I don't remember which individual it was.
It was Alvaro.
It was Alvaro, and he's like, I don't care anymore. If anybody wants to make a trade, I will make a trade. He sent that to everyone. So then I threw a trade out there. He accepted. And then we went through the whole system.
Yep.
Which typically would just require you having to have so many votes against you, and then the trade gets canceled, and everything would be okay. But we changed the rules for me for some reason, and then because there was so much controversy, it was decided by Jack, the commissioner, all hail Jack, that if you make it to a certain point of the day, he'll check to see how many votes there were, and then at that point make a decision. It was tied. It might have had some influence because I may have messaged Joshua Schmitz or someone else. I'm like, hey, you should vote in favor for me, which is what any politician would do. And again, because it was tied, Jack decided to take it to the superior overlord, which is, yes, his wife, Catherine. And we were told that she flipped a coin and that decided the fate. The fate was me having the trade go through. Dane
seeing this happen.
Dane saw this happen, so he made his own trade. No one said a word.
So true.
And it just went through.
Yep.
So I think Dane is the one who had less. I mean, I was the one that was getting persecuted here.
You were.
And no, Allie, you did not cheat, and I don't think you colluded.
She didn't cheat. She colluded.
I don't know how she colluded, though.
I remember her making the exact same trade I did, and then I played by the rules and finished first.
Don't remember that part.
I'm pretty sure I lost in the second round.
Yeah, we didn't do very good. I did great in the regular season.
Didn't we both lose in the semifinals?
We were supposed to both make it to the finals against each other, and we both blew it. And then everybody's like, oh, it's because you're shady trades. I'm like, no, it's because our players didn't play well.
So true.
But Allie,
Looking forward to this year.
I just want to point out, you did not cheat. I don't think you colluded.
you
I'll try.
colluded.
I told Dane that I don't believe he's right, so I did my thing, and I will look forward to maybe seeing a package in the mail soon. And
Package?
then
I want a scooter.
We'll get into that later. By later, I mean whenever I might get this package in the mail. Then we have someone new, which I believe is due to Joshua being on the podcast, but this is from AJ404.
All right,
And
AJ.
this individual put, if you would have went to Detroit, you could have just stolen them. Did not get enough love. Because I think Joshua was talking about getting something, and then you told him that if he would have gone to Detroit, he could have got that for free.
I have no idea.
I think it was about a car. Maybe. It was something where you were basically saying that he could have stole it in Detroit. And it was a great line, and we didn't laugh.
Maybe I was thinking about something that he could get stolen on or in 8 Mile in Detroit.
Maybe.
I
don't remember. AJ404, if you're listening this week, leave us another comment and tell us what we said.
Your name, where you're from, do you have an electric scooter?
Pretty sure they followed us on Instagram, so I think I know their name. I just don't have it pulled up right now.
Nice.
So shout out AJ404. Keep listening to the pod, and thank you for being here. And then we had our poll from last week. If my computer will load. And the poll was, would you have eaten the food from the trash?
Oh, yeah.
100% of the vote said yes, it is still good. So I guess I did what was right, and I appreciate you all voting in favor for what I did. And that's it.
Alex Johnson.
What?
That's AJ.
Oh, you found it.
AJ404 is their Instagram name.
Private Instagram. I can't do a deep dive.
Look, it says, remember, kids, the next time that somebody tells you the government wouldn't do that, oh, yes, they would.
Oh, man.
It sounds like our kind of guy.
So besides Alex Johnson and his private Instagram, Dane, it is that time of the week for our number one sponsor of the week, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
I see all these
big
people.
Big week for Jesus, just saying.
Yeah, this is a big week for Jesus. I see all these people who I follow. Dude, Springfield K-Life follows our podcast.
Of course they do.
That's crazy. And man, all these people, I remember these people. But that's not for now. For now, what we're doing is this is a big week for Jesus. Yes, it is his Easter week. And speaking of Easter week, I'm working Good Friday, obviously. And then I'm working 9 to 5 on Saturday. And then I'm working extra long on Sunday. Happy Easter.
Yep,
and then,
yep.
So this week I started thinking about the talk that I'm going to give for our Easter devotional on Wednesday to our youth students, and it's going to be entitled, Who is This Man?
Who is that man?
And so I'm going to come up there and I'm going to say, listen, like, when it comes to the idea of who Jesus is and what Jesus means to your life, it's actually more significant even if you're not a follower of Jesus, because who is this man who reset the calendar 2,025 years ago? And so bare minimum, this is a guy who is worth consideration. He's a worth part of your time, your effort, or your thought as to who is this guy, because there's something called Pascal's wager, which is if Jesus is not the Son of God, then following him and his teachings will cost you nothing, actually. You'll have a slightly happier life than, not slightly, you'll have a happier, more fulfilling life than other people. You won't be chasing after all the stuff and the status and the times, the talents, and the treasures that you want. But if he is the Son of God, it will cost you everything not to follow him. That's Pascal's wager. And so now, when you ask yourself Pascal's wager, you got to ask yourself a follow-up question, which is, who is Jesus? Because he's one of three things. He is either liar, lunatic, or Lord. Is he a liar? Did he lie about all these things happening? Did the miracles that happened in front of all these people who were well documented and well backed up from historical evidence, is this a guy who simply lied to the masses and just turned water into wine, walked on water, and people wrote it down? Probably not. Probably not. Is he a lunatic? Was he crazy? Is that what happened? Was he so crazy that the Romans and the Pharisees decided they wanted to collaborate together to end this man's life? And not just end this man's life, but kill him in the most humiliating way that you could in the ancient culture, which was to strip him naked and nail him to a cross for everybody to see. And they put, I think it was a sign above him, or maybe below him or in front of him or something that says, all hail King of the Jews, right in front of him. It was something like that. Or Jesus Christ, King of the Jews. And so is he a lunatic that they just wanted to, or that he did so much that they just wanted to kill him? Or is he Lord over your life? And that's the question that we all are asking ourselves tonight. And so I started to ask myself that question whenever I was going through middle school. I started to develop my first disease, ulcerative colitis, of course. So,
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to ulcerative colitis. And I remember the pastor of our church that we would go to 3 or 4 times a year showing up there and asking me Bible questions. And I would say, I don't know. I don't know anything about the Bible. The only thing I know about the Bible is what I've heard from country songs, which is Alan Jackson, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? And he talks about, at the very end, he goes, but I know Jesus and I talk to God. I remember this from when I was young, that faith, hope, and love are some good things he gave us, and the greatest of these is love, and which he's kind of quoting a verse there. But so for every question that the pastor would ask me, I would say, I don't know, faith, hope, and love. And then it was always wrong, and I just never gave a second thought to it. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing I remember is I was in high school and I'm trying to fill the void in my life. And I developed this void over just the natural things that happens in life. You know, my parents get divorced. I have diseases. I don't really have a unity in a household. And so now I'm seeking things to fill that void in my life. Mm-hmm. This God-sized hole in my heart. I'm seeking somebody else to fill that hole. And so what do I seek? First, I start seeking sports because I realized that my dad really loved people who did well at sports. The world really loved people who did well at sports. And then I get cut from the baseball team. And then I don't go on to become a pro athlete. I get pretty good at tennis, but obviously not world class good at tennis. And so that fails me. And so then I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well, I'm going to be the funny guy who's really cool with everybody. Everybody's going to like me. And yet in high school, I was like too cool for the nerdy people, but I wasn't cool enough for the really cool people. And so it felt like I didn't fit in really wherever I was going. I got along with everybody, had a lot of friends, but I wasn't like this awesome, like super popular person that I wanted to be. I was like decently popular, but I wasn't super popular. King of the class, wins homecoming king. And so now I've missed expectations there. I have a void that is still needing to be filled. And so, you know what? That's fine. I can't really control how everybody thinks of me, but I can control how one person thinks of me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get a girlfriend. And she's going to, I wouldn't have put it in these words then, but she's basically going to worship me and think I'm just this awesome person. And I did kind of have a high school girlfriend. Lindsey, don't fact check me. And then, because we were on again, off again for the better part of a year, and it was not a good relationship. And so me trying to fill that void all the way led to the point where I go off to college and things just end between her and I. And then more relationships come out of or after that, and they just end. And then I realize, hey, this void, this thing I'm trying to fill in my life leading up to that, empty. Yeah. It's still empty. I've tried 3 significant things now, and it's all empty. I tried going to college, couldn't get that going. Tried chasing a career, couldn't get that going. Tried to become a GM of a baseball team, didn't have enough connections to get that going. Mm-hmm. And then, 20 years old, I get the gospel shared with me by Jake's Body Shop, and I start going to small group. And the question or the focus of the small groups was, hey, this life has a purpose. This life has a point. This life has a void that can be filled in your life. And there's somebody who actually can't fill that void. And me, 20-year-old kid, saying, I will try anything. What is it? I've been to the clubs, been to the parties. I've chased all of it. What is you have the secret. What is the secret? And they said, Jesus Christ. And I was like, okay, I've heard of Jesus. Like, what's he all about? And I start to learn about this guy, this figure, this Jesus guy who lived a perfect life, a life that we cannot live, died a death that we deserve on a cross. And he had 12 disciples who followed him for 3 years and said, this is clearly the Son of God. This is the person I want to follow after. This is the guy, right? He's that guy. And here's the thing. The Pharisees and the Romans, they said, hey, we don't want him to be the guy, because the Pharisees said, well, you didn't ride in on a horse and defeat Rome forever and put us on top, the Jewish people, to then have our time to reign supreme. You didn't do that. In fact, you rode in on a donkey. And that's not what we want in a king. somebody to serve. And the Romans said, yeah, he's leading an uprising and getting people to follow God and not Caesar. That everybody's supposed to worship Caesar, not this God guy, Yahweh. And so, we want him dead too. That it would help us out. So the Pharisees and the Romans worked together to conspire to kill Jesus. Judas also helps, obviously. And then Jesus dies, and all of the disciples, the people who had followed him really closely for 3 years, saw all of his miracles all go back to what they were doing. They went back to being carpenters and fishermen and tax collectors, and then they all, several years later, die brutal deaths. Peter dies a death being crucified upside down because he said that I'm not worthy to die in the same manner that my Lord died. And so what happened between Jesus dying and then they all go back to what they're doing, saying, yep, we were wrong. This guy died. Maybe he wasn't the Son of God. To now they're all willing to die for professing that Jesus Christ was the Son of God. And people don't just go to these deaths to be crucified upside down, to be tarred with feathers and lit on fire with oil, burned alive, shipped to an island. And what happened? What's this thing that made them say, hey, like, I'm willing to die, will not denounce Jesus, even though Peter did when Jesus was alive. So what is it? What is that thing? And it is, they said, I saw him die, and then I saw him come back again. And Peter is actually saying, I put my fingers in the holes in his hands and his feet, and I saw him, and he talked to me. He called out to me on the shore, and I saw him die. But then I saw him again. I saw him rise from the dead, and surely this is the Son of God. And that leads me to the only verse that I have this week for you guys, and it's Matthew 16, starting in verse 13. And it says, now Jesus came to the district of Philippi, and he asked his disciples, who do people say the Son of Man is? And they said, some say John the Baptist, and others Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. And Jesus said to them, but who do you say I am? And Peter replied, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And that's the one that gets me kind of like moving and going and tearing up, because it kind of tells you, like, this life, it's all a point. Like, you're not going through this hardship for no reason. This is actually a point to all of this. To worship the only one worthy of worship, the Son of God, who came to earth 2,025 years ago, lived a perfect life, a life that we could not live, died a death that we deserve, death on a cross, rose from the dead 3 days later, and ascended into heaven, and sits at the right hand of God the Father. And by simply trusting in his death, burial, and resurrection on this Easter Sunday, you also can have eternal life with him. And that is the gospel. And that's also going to be the talk that I give the kids probably. I haven't written that out quite yet, but that's more or less probably what I'm going to say, like, who is this man? Fill the void. So then I'm going to pose it to them. If you're not a Christian tonight, I want you to start considering, who is Jesus to you? Is he liar? Is he lunatic? Or is he Lord? And if you want to talk more about that, you can get with one of us here. And then I'll be like, and if you are a Christian here tonight, then good news, because, man, he rose from the dead, defeating sin and death forever, and we get to rejoice in that. Now let's play some games. All right, let's go, kids. That's literally how it's going to go. We have the plan written out, and I'm like, dang it. It's going to go from really serious to really like, okay, let's have fun.
It's going to be good, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it for you.
I'm pretty excited about it because it's my first kind of like topical talk. I've always done exegetical, which is like you pick a passage of scripture and teach what's going on, and then like, why is this significant to us and what we should get from this. And now I'm just like, hey, this is the topic, Easter, Jesus' resurrection, and here's like a verse that is like talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically pick a topic and verses that support it.
Well, it's going to be good. Just saying.
Things like that.
Number 2, sponsors of the week, Jake Trustenard, Jake's Body Shop, and Reverend Banks, whose future wife called in earlier but did not want to interact with us more.
She's scared.
Yeah, she's scared. I mean, understand that.
Grayson future Banks is scared.
Being on the pod is a scary thing to do, unless your name is Michael Fuller or Joshua Schmitz or Jack or Lindsey or Daniel or, honestly, Lauren or a lot of people.
Shout out to Lauren, man.
Yeah.
The last girl we had on the pod.
Yep.
Because Samuel's a sexist.
Nope. Number three's sponsor of the
Works.
week is any quarterback not known as Nico Imaliva. He left Tennessee.
I saw that.
That was crazy.
I'm a Tennessee fan.
Did you? That's so crazy.
It's over $4 million.
Yeah, he was like, I know we agreed that you'd give me $2 million to be your college quarterback, but I'm not going to play unless you give me $4 million. And they're like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. We don't need you.
This is the first of many that we're probably going to see unless they actually tweak the rules.
They need
on
it's
NIL.
stupid. Like it's going to run college sports. It's literally just becoming pro.
This is something everybody saw coming, obviously, but then people just don't care enough about it. By that, I mean the colleges and the NCAA. I'm like, yeah, imagine that. He's going to transfer somewhere that will pay him a lot. Who can pay him a lot? The big, wealthy schools who are just going to get bigger and wealthier, and there's not going to be any competition at all. There's never going to be a Boise State winning the national championship.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Especially with the playoff now, it's not like, make like you upset them in a bowl game in one game. It's you have to win 4 to 5 games in a row against really good SEC or Big Ten schools or even ACC schools. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's a messed up system for sure. But yeah, it's like, I think I saw they only won like 8 games last year.
Yeah.
Like 8 or 9, maybe.
They were ranked, and it was good, but he wasn't great.
It's not like you're worth $4 million.
Yeah.
When honestly, Tennessee could probably get another quarterback who's very good for either.
Oh, yeah.
Which is crazy even saying for a lot less money, but that's basically what it is.
Well, it's just like the NFL. It's not the best quarterback who makes the most. It's whoever's up next to be paid, which the crazy part about NIL and the college students is that's every year.
What do you mean?
Every year, like, they'll be like, hey, pay me more money or I'm going to the transfer portal.
Yeah, and that's what like so many people are entering the transfer portal now. Like there needs to be some sort of restriction.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, if you leave, then you owe that previous school money or you can't play the first year.
I already know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
It's going to be a contract of multiple years.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you can't breach it. And if you do breach the contract, then there's going to be a
they'll sue you. Yeah.
Major penalty.
Yeah.
Or something crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what will come out of this here sooner rather than later. Like, not this offseason, but maybe the next 2 to 3 off seasons. They're going to be like, hey, yeah, we want you to be our quarterback but we want you to be our quarterback for 3 years. And so you need to sign a 3-year deal and we'll give you X amount of money. And you have to quarterback with us for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then it's just pro sports. But it's
so, yeah.
But max contracts are 4 years now instead, or 5 years if you want a redshirt.
Yeah. It's pretty dumb. I kind of hate the whole system. And I know that it's the biggest issues with swimming because all of them are getting the big deals. Like if I would be in this situation, like, if you don't give me that free lunch next week, like I'm out.
Man,
like, that's
low
all
key
it takes.
Though.
Yeah.
Low key, I'm going to transfer unless you give me better lunches on my meal plan.
Yeah. It's crazy stuff. I'm writing this down. Anyone not
named Nico.
Nico from Tennessee.
He's the only 10 I see because he was a good quarterback, but not anymore. Hasta la vista.
And hasta la vista to him and hasta la vista to you because we are at the end of the episode. So again, reach out if you want to make clips for us. Joshua is done with his vacation, I believe, so we'll try to get something to him soon, and maybe we'll get some episodes, clips, I guess, from that. Also, Michael Fuller already mentioned it, but if you need a couple Friday pickleball paddles, you want an extra $5 off your order, use the code Samuel14434. And also, Dane still has a give or take roughly a year left in his intern ministry
residency. You meatball. I'm not an intern.
Okay, well, you could also talk about yourself here, but I'm doing it for you.
So Dane's ministry support, Dane14435.
That's not it. Just go to the link in the bio, click on that, give him some money if you'd like to, if you feel called to do that.
Or Venmo me.
Do that as well. Just let him know, or the Add Until Next Week podcast know on Instagram. That way the church can track it properly because they don't have a good system in place for whatever reason. And then also just keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast because obviously you do. Joshua brought in some new people, so hey, how you doing? And then also leave 5 stars on Spotify and Apple. Leave those voice memos on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And thank you again for listening to episode 120 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Go eat some tacos this week, America.